China had made international news when it revealed that it had constructed a fully operational 1,500-room hospital in only 5 days. It brought up memories of an earlier period of the epidemic when construction workers in Wuhan built a 1,000-bed hospital in just over a week. Isn't that indeed surprising news? But the question still stands, how is China so fast? What is the ideal secret of their fast building? Welcome back to Worldwide Projects. In today's episode, we'll be seeing why Chinese builders are the fastest in the world. We'll come to a conclusion about their secret of finishing their projects so fast. But before we get into the video, subscribe to our channel to know more about projects all around the world. So today, we're donning our hard helmets and wondering just how China manages to construct things so quickly. China's recent economic boom is nothing short of spectacular. It has urbanized its populace faster than any other civilization in history, lifted hundreds of millions of people out of poverty, and has built some pretty amazing infrastructure projects along the way, including the biggest dam, airport, and forest of brand new skyscrapers in the world. This amazing feat of engineering and logistics was carried out in response to a COVID-19 surge in the city of Nangong in the province of Hebei. It was reminiscent of a previous period in the pandemic when workers in the Wuhan built a 1,000-bed hospital in just over a week, even in the midst of the coronavirus. With nearly 40,000 kilometers of high-speed rail infrastructure, China is light years ahead of every other nation on Earth. China's energetic builders are not only building hospitals at breakneck speed, but are also moving startlingly quickly in the spheres of high-speed rail bridge building and skyscraper construction. On Saturday, a 1,500-room hospital to treat coronavirus patients was finished after only 5 days of construction. The hospital is one of 6, with a total of 6,500 rooms being built in Nangong, south of Beijing, according to the Associated Press. Another hospital with 3,000 rooms is being erected in the capital of province, Shijiazhuang. Despite having mainly confined the virus that originally erupted in the central city of Wuhan in December 2019, China is presently seeing a new wave of infections that it appears to expect to worsen. According to the state-run Xinhua news agency, Nangong is now caring for a total of 645 patients. Virus clusters have also been detected in Beijing and other cities. The makeshift hospital consists of 2 rows of trailer homes, 288 contingency-separated wards, and 1 healthcare personnel building. Roads, water supply and drainage, street lighting, and public infrastructure are all included in the project, which aids in the reception and treatment of COVID-19 patients. The conceptual design for the project took only 24 hours, while the construction drawings took 3 days. Even the medical center was finished in 14 days, demonstrating the efficiency for which Nanjing is well renowned. According to the Xinhua news agency, the hospital is being built in Nangong, Hebei province. All must be finished within the upcoming week. China, which mostly stopped the coronavirus from spreading, has seen hundreds of illnesses this month in Nangong and Shijiazhuang, the capital of Hebei province southwest of Beijing. In order to establish isolation hospitals in Wuhan, the central city where the virus was initially discovered in late 2019, the governing Communist Party undertook a similar strategy of quick hospital building at the beginning of the epidemic last year. In the 24 hours until today, the National Health Commission reported 130 new confirmed cases nationwide, 90 of which were in Hebei. According to Xinhua, 645 cases, 2 of which were imported, were being treated in Nangong and Shijiazhuang. The World Health Organization dispatches researchers who are currently in Wuhan getting ready to look into the virus's genesis. Despite being under a 2-week quarantine, the crew, which arrived on Thursday, was scheduled to communicate with Chinese specialists via video connection. The team's arrival was delayed for months by diplomatic disputes, which led the director of the WHO to make a rare public protest. Foreign experts are dubious of the Chinese government's claims that the virus was found on imported food, namely frozen fish, and that the sickness may have its roots outside. The Hebei government recorded 32 new instances on Saturday since midnight, according to the Shanghai news source. Authorities in the Shijiazhuang have completed building 1,000 hospital rooms, state TV reported on Saturday. According to Xinhua, all of the facilities should be finished in less than a week. And with that, we've come to the middle of this episode. For more details about this building, continue watching the video without skipping. And before we do so, subscribe to our channel for more such amazing videos. By late Friday, more than 10 million residents of the Shijiazhuang had undergone viral tests, according to Xinhua, which cited Deputy Mayor Meng Jinghong. 247 locally transmitted cases, it added, had been discovered. The team's arrival was delayed for months by diplomatic disputes, which led the director of the WHO to make a rare public protest. It's been questioned whether Beijing would want to prevent the findings that would undermine its self-described position as leader in the anti-virus war in light of the delay and the secretive governing party's demands to experts to not discuss the sickness in public. Kunlun, China's iron monster, is presently constructing the massive 9.1-mile Meihe Bay Bridge in the country's southeast. Kunlun is capable of moving massive 1,000-ton box girders up to 40 meters long. The sheer weight of the colossal machines makes them far heavier than any train the viaducts will ever be required to carry, which is presumably rather comforting from a safety sense given that the finished trains will hurtle down these lines at any time. Tunneling is another subject in which the Chinese excel, allegedly with the assistance of German engineers. These boring machines, which are anything but boring, can dig as far as 10 meters per day at a unit cost of $10 million per kilometer. This may sound expensive until you realize that a kilometer of the tunnel in the United States typically costs a cool $50 million. However, on China's rail network, as well as its lightning-fast hospital building program, construction technology is only part of the solution. The People's Republic has invested over $300 billion on about 40,000 kilometers of high-speed rail infrastructure, which puts it light years ahead of any other nation on Earth. This is perhaps the most stunning. When comparing the process of building a high-speed railway in China to a similar project in any typical Western country in the West, before a single meter of the track is laid, detailed feasibility studies are commissioned to determine whether or not the line is likely to be profitable. If not, there's very little chance it will get built in China. The railways are funded by the government, and much of the network, particularly in less populous areas of the country, consistently lose money. For example, the Jiangsu-Jian high-speed railway ran only 30 trains in 2016, resulting in a multi-billion-dollar loss. Other factors, such as harsh weather conditions on the line, also contribute to the loss. The business now plans to construct the 220-floor highest tower in the world in only 3 months. Mini Sky City was worked on in 2 sessions, separated by inclement weather. Since it was initially published on YouTube, the time-lapse film of the quick build has been gaining popularity on Chinese video sharing websites. High-rise apartment buildings have been constructed using the modular techniques in other countries, such as the US and Britain. The approach, according to some detractors, may result in cities with extremely identical architectural styles. The technique is worth exploring, according to Liu Peng, Associate Director of the engineering consultant firm Arup Beijing, since it may be one day a speedy and secure way to construct buildings. And with that, we have come to the end of this episode. If you've enjoyed the video, then give us a big thumbs up and share it with your friends too. Also, feel free to subscribe to our channel and watch some other videos from our playlist as well. Thank you once again for joining us, and we will see you in the next video. Bye bye.